Sydney coming off a draw against the Suns, 60 apiece, and Box Hill had a loss at the hands of the Suns, 88-45. So based on that, this should be a tight contest. Thank you for joining us here in this Smithies VFL clash. It's Box Hill, get it underway. They go inside 50. Almost Wingard, nearly had his first touch. Francis for the Swans will get a clearance. Goes out wide here, looking for Kirk, who couldn't quite gather. He was pulled down in the end. They'll diverge on the footy here. That hand pass went over the head of Kirk. Now they'll go forward, but unfortunately the boundary line beats everybody, and it'll be a throw-in on the outer side.
Lindsay Kirk with Dad watching on here today. Big day for the Hawks and Swans. 3 different games of footy taking place. There's a doubleheader here with the Rebel VFLW to follow this one here at Fenju Stadium. What have we actually got here, Todd? We got no football. There's a complete stop in play here.
The football made its way over the fence on the outer side, and only one fan out there, and he had to go fetch it.
So Chad Wingard is back from his Achilles injury that he suffered late last year at the top level, and we've got Luke Parker. He broke his arm back in February in the Community Series for Sydney. And his return to footy requires him to start off in the VFL. Free kick for Box Hill on the outer side here to be taken by Hustwaite back into the VFL lineup. And he'll go over the top. The kick was intended for Butler, but ball was spoiled away from him out on that Middleborough Road side of the ground, and a boundary throw in. Swans coming off a draw last week, Todd, against the Gold Coast Suns.
Yeah, definitely. That was a tight contest, that one. They'll be looking to do one better here today. Laddams in the ruck, looking to battle away. This is going to be a great battle between Reeves and Laddams. Reeves won out on that occasion. They look for Wingard. That kick was short again. Getting the hand pass there was Hall. They'll go out wide now into the corridor. Taking a very strong mark there is O'Sullivan. And he'll go back and have a shot. Jack O'Sullivan had that groin injury in last season in 2023. He was picked 46 in the 22 draft. Xavier Ladd as well, local boy. Let's see if he can steer this home for Box Hill. Not much of a wind about it all. Makes his way in, good calm run up. Gets hold of it. And it looks good. It goes the distance. So Sullivan hits the scoreboard first, and Box Hill getting on top early.
And how's this for a stat, Todd? 7 goals straight for the year for O'Sullivan. Has not missed one yet in Smithies VFL, his 4th appearance today.
And you can see why. Beautiful kicking style, nice and true. Ball stayed straight.
Good pass by Chad Wingard as well to set him up. He's starting up forward, Wingard. First time we've seen him in the brown and gold this year. Good start for Box Hill. 3rd on the ladder as we speak. They have top spot up for grabs. That currently belongs to Footscray, Todd. And Footscray's next opponent is Box Hill. That's going to be a big one coming up in the Smithies VFL. Back live here, Box Hill looking to get the clearance again. Cal Brown trying to control a bit. Ball just kept bouncing, and then Parker got involved. A great handball by Parker. Now Sheldrick. It's a wobbling kick up towards half forward. It was well picked up as well as the Swans go into attack now. Constanti's kick into the pocket. Ball comes off hands, goes to ground, and defending desperately was Bodie Ryan there for Box Hill. They will look to get away with this one, the Hawks, and they will. Cal Brown, hand pass for Wingard, who's been ultra busy early. Tried to go back to Brown. The pressure was coming from Sheldrick. And it goes out of play. He's been lively early, Chad Wingard.
He certainly has. He looks good too. Achilles injury, always tough to come back from. He looks good and proppy on his feet. Great for him to get some touches early. Laddams and Reeves battle away. Reeves won the tap. Now the Hawks, they'll go move it through Phillips. He's looking for a target here. That was a great shoe, good kick. They just got in the way though. Ball fell nicely for Butler, but he was tackled. Couldn't quite get rid of it. The umpire will come in and we'll get a ball up here. About just slightly in a high half forward position. Laddams won that tap. Sheldrick diving in. He couldn't get rid of it. There's appeals for dragging it in here, and it's going to be paid here. And it's going to be Hawks' ball. That man Brown put it out into the area. Great pass that was by Brown. A really, really solid hit up. And now, Cal Shadir will line up for goal. He's kicked 7 this year as Cal Shadir. Leading goal scorer here for Box Hill.
I think it is a bit windy today, Todd.
It is a
hear it in
slight
the
breeze.
effects, Mike.
Yeah. Obviously, son of Paul Deere, a Norm Smith medalist, and he was picked 56 in the 23 draft. He starts it out right, it stays right. Will it just sneak into the behinds? It will. Box Hill now move ahead to 1-1-7.
Will Edwards with kicking in duties for Sydney. 3 games, and each result on the board for Sydney. A win, a loss, and a draw so far in Smithy's VFL. Couldn't make the mark stick there. Philoctetes, it's a Sydney ball. Moi has it. Too far out to score, though. Quickly gave it off. Sheldrick goes on the left. Swans looking to go coast to coast. They do, but they only get 1 behind as a result.
Really enjoyed the way that moved that footy then. Straight down the corridor. Sheldrick connected really well. Just couldn't finish, though. So Box Hill looking to press on the outer side of the ground. Limited options this side. They like to play on. They go on to the outer side. That one's picked off and picked off nicely.
Sheldrick again.
Yeah, Sheldrick is on fire early in this one. And that's what you come to expect of Sheldrick. Great hit up. Mark not taken. Ball to the foot of the pack. They'll dive on it here and unable to get it going or moving outside. So we'll get a ball up. Almost attempt there from Jack Buller, the captain today. Reeves won the tap. He'll come out the back here. Stefanakis with the clearance, but he'll come straight back where it started. Moi now gets around one. Has a go from the pocket. He was deep there, but unfortunately out of bounds on the full.
So Bodie Ryan has the ball for Box Hill. Nice sunny Sunday afternoon. Standalone game in Smithy's VFL today. The only action in town on the men's side of things in the VFL. Good mark taken here by Snell. 17 AFL listed Swans out here today. They're sort of Gold Coast Suns sort of numbers when the Suns had an extended squad. High ball will land near the square. Did it go the distance? Umpire says yes. And the mark is paid to Corey Warner.
Really enjoyed Corey Warner's game. He's had a couple games in the senior squad.
Second appearance in Smithy's VFL in season 2024 for Corey Warner. Swans have not kicked a goal yet until now. And that levels the ball game. And so far we've had a good contest at Fenju Stadium.
We certainly have. Early possession getters. Angus Sheldrick with 4. He's been dynamic. He's had the 4 kicks as well, the tackle and a mark. Callum Porter for Box Hill with 3. Huswaite as well in the middle, and Callum Brown also sharing 3 disposals as well. Have been the leading ball getters in this clash. Thrust into the ruck here for Box Hill is Cal Shadir. Giving away a little bit of size here to Laddams. So the Hawks playing a little small ball, if you will. Bit of an awkward bounce in favour of Laddams. He got the tap looking for Sheldrick, but it was just short of him. He'll be wrapped up. We'll get a repeat ball up here in the middle. Fell in the lap of Huswaite, who's had plenty of it early. Laddams with the clearing kick. Goes out wide. Mark taken by Philoctetes. He'll come in now. Hit up. Finding Ward. He'll look to switch the play. Does. Finds his target in Matheson. They connect again here, the Hawks. Through Butler this time. Sam Butler 10 goals, 3 for the year. He'll come out wide. Del Boffo. This next kick's a tough one. There's a wall of white jumpers. He elects to go short to Brown, who Brown then plays on. Puts it into the hot spot. Fly at the back. There'll be a whistle here, and it'll be a free kick, and it's going to go in the favour of the Swans, and that'll be Francis to take the kick.
Aaron Francis has had his troubles trying to get AFL gigs since coming to the Swans. His kick out into space was never going to be marked by Buller, then had to contest and gave away the high contact free kick. Del Boffo again for Box Hill as they look to switch. Phillips out wide to Rule. In the customary long sleeves is Jed Rule. Nice kick inboard for Hustwaite. As the Hawks work it across half back. We're nearly back where we started here, and they've not really gained anything other than a couple of possessions. Cal Brown's been busy early. Disposal number 5 for him. And now we're looking at Ed Phillips. Ed Phillips is looking around. 2 E. Phillips out there for Box Hill today. Ed and Ethan. Ed's kick might have been touched, so no mark was paid there to Snell. Did well to get the handball out. Swans out of danger once more. Edwards looking for the inboard handball. Moy's handball. That's a great setup for Edwards. It's a pretty empty 50 here for Sydney. Kicks it into space. It might bounce all the way. I don't think anyone's touched it yet. That looks like it's going to be a goal. Swans have their second.
Beautiful goal there by the Swans. It was just set up from their defence as well, protecting space. Hawks were just strangled there, couldn't find an option. We saw them switch the play twice. They were scared to go that kick down the line. When they did, it was then picked off by Snell, and they were off and away. And they're able to convert from there. Brilliant defence, turning defence into attack. Great setup by the Swans. So dangerous. They're such a system-based team, both in obviously the VFL and the AFL competition, and you can really see that come through there. Great testament to good systems there. So back to the middle. Lachlan McAndrew taking his first centre bounce for the Swans for the day. He's a long-term prospect here for the Swans. He was in the 2021 draft, but as most big fellas do, take a little while to work into their body, and kind of peak age for a big fella is around that 28, 29, 30-year mark. Wins that tap nicely. It was athletic. However, it goes down for Box Hill. Porter got the clearing kick. Working to the front of the pack there. There's going to be a free kick here. It's going to be a free kick for a hold. It's going to be in favour of the Swans here, and it's William Edwards. He elects to go short, finds Francis. As you said, he's managed 54 games, only for Essendon though. Trying to break into that senior team. Francis goes wider to Hamling. Hamling then picked a short target to Bartholomew's. He's got options on. He's going to go short here.
It's been reversed.
It's been reversed. So it's going to come back here to Sam Butler. He went short to Wingard. Wingard thought about an option going short. He's probably a little too far from home, just based on his stance. He's now going to go back. He's pointing towards the goal. He's going to back himself in here, Chad Wingard. This will be a great test for that Achilles. I wonder if it's just a pseudo effort at goal. He probably looked to pass. He does. He plays on. Now he just sends the ball to the top of the square. And he got his pass. He got his man. Snap over the top. But it looks to be wide, and it'll be a behind. Callum Porter kicking that behind.
McGaw to bring the ball in for Sydney. They lead it by 5 points here at Fenju Stadium. It's going to be a good one today. Box Hill looking for top spot on the ladder against 17 AFL listed players. A turnover here from the kick in, and yet again Chad Wingard. He's going to line up here. Took the pass from Josh Ward. And this time he is within range, the Chad.
You almost feel this is a much more comfortable distance.
This is disposal number 4. Has taken 2 marks. Chad Wingard. On to the left boot he goes. And he gives Box Hill the lead. And every one of his teammates on the ground gets around him. Box Hill back in front here. Chad Wingard showing plenty of good signs for all the Hawthorn fans watching on today.
Absolutely good signs indeed, and plenty of love. You love to see that, a guy come back from injury and everyone just get around him on his first attempt at goal. That's what he's been brought into this program to do, is kick those. And he was good. He started to really string some games together in 23. That Achilles kept him out, but great to see him back. So back to the middle here. 1 point game. It's the close contest we thought it was going to be early. Gandry versus Reeves this time. Good true bounce. Gandry won it. Here's Parker getting a clearance, just vintage stuff. Went to go forward with it. The ball eluded everybody. It'll go out over the line. It'll be a boundary throw in. Deep inside territory here for the Swans. Reeves having to get there quickly. Ended up taking it out of the ruck. Got the short hand pass. No one bent around the body. Big fly. Mark almost taken. That handball will just run out of room. And it'll be out over the line by rule. It'll be a boundary throw in.
Warner hobbling as well. But no, he will be asked to come off now and just try to run off whatever's hampering him. Struggling to put too much weight on the right leg at the moment is Warner. He's off for the time being. To Grubber, eventually claimed by Edwards for Sydney. And he saw something he liked over the top. Sheldrick having a good game so far. Angus Sheldrick goes short, very short to Parker. No 15. And the superstar Swan goes inboard and turns it over. Back in Box Hill hands. Mark taken by Tovey. His second game in Smithy's VFL. Finds Daniel Wood. And he saw something he liked, and slipping over at the exact wrong moment there was Butler. At least they have it inside 50, the Hawks. Just plain lost his footing there, Toddy. Maybe needs the long stocks.
Unfortunate there for Butler. And the ground in great condition as well. Probably that just a little slippery under the foot. Here's the midday start. Not a lot of dew around or anything like that. Reeves worked his way to the front. Swans get the clearing kick here. Great one-on-one contest out here. Mark taken by Buller. Jack Buller, the captain today. Hand pass to McGaw. He goes short with it, but that's going to be picked off. And picked off nicely by Hustwaite, who's worked into this one nicely. Got it to Rule, but it wasn't 15. Rule then was tackled. He was lucky to get rid of it. Hustwaite again, got it to boot. That one was touched, but it's going to be short of the target anyway. Sweeping in there and picking it up, McAndrew did really well. Got the short hand pass. Now McAndrew with the kick. He was taken off the footy at the last moment. Comes out here now to Porter, who sent it into the pocket. Great work getting back in defence. It's the Swans' ball.
It's Edwards again has taken a few marks now. The kick is good enough for Francis. Named as one of the emergencies for the AFL game. Went with the short pass. Now Parker. Goes with the long ball out toward the outer side. Kelly, that's not Kelly, that's actually Mitchell taking a really good mark. And the Swans moving on quickly. Toward the square, Laddams will jump. Couldn't hold the mark there. Goal anyway, Luxton. Bit of chaos all around there. Luxton gets the finish for Sydney to give the Swans back the lead. Not the prettiest passage you'll see, but it got the job done for the Swans.
Yeah, it certainly did. They were able to change channels there. They had the ball out this side of the ground, and then there was that kick to the outer side there by Parker. They were able to get it moving quickly, go into the forward line, create that one-on-one opportunity. Hawthorn weren't able to set up some defensive structure, and we'll just see a goal there.
So Warner up into the rooms now. Doesn't look to be too bad, Todd. We just saw him go up the race. Hopefully not too much of a concern for him.
Yeah, he looked a little proppy coming off, and I think you were right. It was to do with that leg or maybe lower back. We will keep an eye on that situation as Swans currently a rotation down. Tap coming out wide. There, picking up the ball was Mitchell, but he was slung in a tackle. McAndrew and Reeves battle away. Free kick for a high. It's going to go in the favour of McAndrew. McAndrew with the relieving hand pass. Great mark taken by Indy Kirk. He turns, he's looking for his options. Kirk sends it long into the pocket. And we're going to have a free kick here for over the shoulder. The Swans now are going to have a shot at goal. Peter Laddams will line up. Adams looking really comfortable here. He's kicked 5 goals in this VFL competition this year. Played 9 matches with the Swans last year. He was rookie listed across from Port Adelaide. Swans in the off-season really loaded up on some tools, and obviously he's one of them. Sets it goal bound. It looks good, and he delivers. The Swans now have 4.
Twice today they've kicked 2 in a row, the Swans. 4 individual goal kickers as well. So 17 AFL list. That's a big number, Todd, here in Smithy's VFL. There were times a couple of years ago with the Gold Coast Suns, they had the extended squad at AFL level, which meant they often had 20-plus AFL listed players playing in the VFL. 17 is a huge number, especially compared to just 10 for Box Hill. We know Hawthorn have their injury woes at the moment. So margins out to 11 points here. Good start for the Swans, especially after conceding the first goal of the game. Bounce needs to be recalled here. Jeff Dalgleish, Alex Wetton, Harry Birch and James Strybos, our umpires this afternoon. The 4-man crew, which I know the fieldies love, Todd. Less running for them. Sheldrick going to ground. Parker had it and lost it. Ended up in the hands of Hustwaite. He's been good for Box Hill so far. And again, it's Chad Wingard. We saw him dish one off from here earlier in the quarter. Spins the footy in his hands. And he will look for that leading target, you would think. Either that or he has to go long to the square. He will pass with the short 45. That all works out okay. Now it's in the hands of Ed Phillips.
It gives us a little bit of an idea on where he's at in terms of his rehab and where he is. If he's not backing himself in for there, he's obviously in previous years had that distance in him, but deciding to pass being a better option in the end.
Disposal number 4 coming up for Phillips. Wingard's had 5 and kicked a goal. 3 marks so far for Chad Wingard, but right now all eyes on Ed Phillips. It's going to land just in the field of play, be punched over for a rushed. And the margin is 10 points at Fenju Stadium.
And Francis to bring it in here. He's electing to play on to get a little bit of extra distance. Comes out to the broadcast wing. Working under that one nicely, and he's going to be awarded the free kick for a hold is Buller, but Parker's going to take advantage of the advantage, and he's away, Parker. He just pulls the kick slightly. A nice pass to find Moi Moi. So Moi Moi looking to go into the corridor now. He elects to go short. He hits his man. Here's Mitchell. He's had plenty of it early, has Mitchell. Wheels around on the left here. Just puts that one in the corridor. Mark almost taken, but it was dropped, unfortunately, by Kirk. They'll battle away for the ball here. Sheldrick in there. He's working hard for it. There'll be a tackle. We'll get a ball up inside 50 here in Swans territory.
Todd, quickly, good news for Swans fans. Corey Warner about to come back out to the grounds.
It's great to see. Just testing that leg there. Clearance there from Box Hill. Getting back, taking the mark now. They'll switch to Francis. He's looking options further afield. Picks out a target, but it was contested. Working his way through there was Kirk. He couldn't quite get a clear possession away. Umpire calls holding the ball.
Box Hill moving it quickly along the outer side. Phillips. Kick down the line is okay. Mark was taken by Matheson. And the short game working okay for Box Hill so far. Out of side ball. Hall just looking to centre it slightly. That's a good mark taken by Big Reeves. Good to see Ned Reeves back out there for the Hawks. He'll go short. Back to the man that gave it to him. It's Max Hall. Too far out to score. Pretty flooded 50 here for Box Hill. Swans have numbers back. Hall just sends it long and as far as he can. Porter couldn't control it. Swans regain it here. Kirk trying to work his way through. Did well. Now Kelly. Kelly's kick is good and the Swans are out of danger. Back in the hands of Jack Buller.
So Buller just waiting for some options further afield. He looked to go lateral. He does in the end. He'll get it back with a 1-2 and then go out there again. Kelly. Under pressure was Kelly. Managed to get it away. Now they'll go down the line with it in a one-on-one. Oh, that was a great strong mark taken by Green. He's going to look into the corridor here. Kicked it to a one-on-one. It's going to be a free kick here for a push. And that's going to come back to Constanti. Pick 20 in the 22 draft was Constanti. Yet to debut at the senior level for the Swans. He had a bit of an injury-riddled season in 23. He'll be looking to get some really good reps here in the VFL and push towards senior selection. He's shaping up to kick this one around the body. Shapes that around. He's got good purchase on it. It looks short. Has it gone all the way? I think it has. Yes, it has. And he gets Sydney's fifth. They move ahead now to 5-1-31. Box Hill 2-3-15.
That's 3 in a row for Sydney. Now a game-high lead for the Swans. Cal Porter's got 8 touches now for Box Hill. 7 for Henry Hustwaite and 6 for Josh Ward for Sydney. Sheldrick and Will Edwards both have 7. Edwards has the 4 marks as well. Just patrolling the half-back line nicely at the moment. So Swans have started well here, perhaps to be expected with such a heavy AFL listed contingent out here today. Box Hill slightly undermanned. Bounce to restart play here from James Strybos. It was a good one. You may have to be called into action again here. And that ball's going nowhere. Approaching quarter time at Penjie Stadium. Good start for Sydney after conceding the first goal. They've kicked the last 3. Good to see Warner back out there as well. And he sends the Swans inside 50 again. Buller tried to affect the contest from behind. Ball overrun there by Ryan. Phillips rather desperately trying just to get a hand on the ball and trap it. Instead ended up in Swans' hands. Left foot snap by Vickery. A fair way off target. And Box Hill will get it back on the last line of defence.
Well, they'll elect to bring this one in here. It's a difficult spot to bring it in from. Brown is a good user of the footy. Let's see what he can do. He elects to go down the line here. Fly at the back. Free kick awarded here. And it's going to go in the favour of Sydney. It's going to be the ruckman, McAndrew. He quickly gets it off with a short hand pass. Then they just can't quite hit the target there. That one is picked off easy enough. And they'll move it there. Ryan with the intercepting mark. He went short to an option, and then they'll continue to go short here. The Swans defending area further afield, so they're giving up the short kick. However, they're making this tough kick down the line a hard one, and their intercepting mark has been brilliant, or they've been great at their stoppage and creating that challenge here, just like they did there. Unfortunately, that one went out over the line. Benjamin Edwards couldn't quite get to it, and we'll have a throw-in on the outer side.
Cal Porter just collected disposal number 9, leading ball getter on the ground. Boundary throw in. Outer side ball, McAndrew to do battle against Reeves. Only 5 metres in size between them two combined. Some big men out there on the outer wing. There's a whistle here. And the free kick will go the Swans' way. To be taken by Cleary. And they'll move it quickly in toward the pocket. Neat little pass. Buller has it. Showing some good signs so far is Jack Buller.
He's got a good set of hands, does Buller. That's his 3rd mark for the afternoon so far.
Swans are being forced into that particular pocket. We did see Peter Laddams make a mockery of that and slot one from a fair bit closer, but out on that outer side earlier in the quarter. They're kicking toward the White Horse Road end of the grounds in this first quarter. That is a proper helicopter that has gone across the face. Yes. You could deliberately try to kick a helicopter 50 times, Todd, and 49 of them won't come out like that.
You're certainly right. McDonald to bring it in this time for Box Hill. He elects to go short. That wasn't the greatest kick. And sweeping in there was Edwards. Now the Swans will go out wide here. Bending it around the body was Warner. Put it into a dangerous area here. Laddams tried to get the footy, but Box Hill will come away with it. They'll go on the outer side. They clear down the line. Making a contest there. Couldn't quite get it going. Now they're out here, Box Hill. Oh, great tackle pressure there by Francis. Again, loose footy. Back into the middle here, streaming through the ground and taking that one nicely was Brown. He put it out to his teammates' advantage. Unfortunately, the siren beat everybody. Until both teams have batted on it twice. So we're about to find out to see what that advantage may be with the wind. Going there, Reeves won the tap. Got it down. Sheldrick is in a foot race there against Ward. Ward won the battle, but he only paddled it forward. Warner crashing in, looking to get rid of it, but he was held. He didn't quite get rid of it. He was a push in the back here.
That was Wingard too.
And that free kick is going to go to Wingard. Now, based on that first quarter, this is probably outside of his range.
Yeah, but the wind, that's the thing.
Yeah, a little bit of assistance. He is looking around at options behind him already. Just from body language, no, he looks to set himself a little bit more now. I think you're right there, Adam. He's going to try and go the distance here.
I think one of his teammates just yelled out, "Back yourself," that we picked up in our FX mic.
Wingard. He's going to kick it from about 60. Gets right onto it. That was lovely. He kicked it true, kicked it straight, and Wingard has another. You're 100% right there, Adam. That wind is definitely an assistance on that one. That's his second for the day.
The signs are good for Chad Wingard. His first game back from the Achilles now. 2 goals, 6 disposals, 3 marks. He won a free kick there, 2 inside 50s. It's not a bad stat line for Chad Wingard so far. We're also on Luke Parker watch today. Todd had some good moments in the first quarter. He had 6 touches and 2 clearances in that opening quarter. There are 17 AFL listed Swans out here today. A really healthy contingent for Sydney. Just 10 for Box Hill. Back in the middle. Reeves one of those, as is Laddams. Kicked a nice goal in the first quarter. Laddams, Box Hill. Again, just trying to force it forward here. Then a wicked bounce over the top of O'Sullivan. That neutralised the ball. Then it's socket toward the boundary line by Warner. It's going to stay in play here. Tackled out of it, potentially without it. There was Ward. Francis runs into a really, really strong Porter tackle. Porter's been good so far for Box Hill. Locals happy with that effort. Ball up.
Yeah, brilliant tackle by Porter. He averages 8.5 tackles a game. He's ranked 5th in the VFL for number of tackles, and that was just on display there. Holding free kick here. Box Hill play on. Hustleweight puts it into the corridor. Leaping over the back. It's going to be a foot race out here. Who can get to it first? Wingard dived at it, but it was unfortunate. Hand pass came away from Edwards. Now the Swans look out on the outer side. Stopping and propping. They'll go back in here to Edwards. Edwards got it on the boot. It was outside of the boot. It was a bit of a mongrel kick here. There's all Hawks out on that outer wing. Philoctitis with it now. He came inboard, but that was just, he had his pocket picked. Away they go here, the Swans. Limited options up forward. That kick was a weighted one. Constantini had it. He couldn't quite get it. Coming out near Box Hill through Reeves. Hand pass out wide. That one didn't quite hit the target. Free kick here going in the favour of the Hawks. And they'll have it here through Philoctitis.
Spent time with GWS previously. Switching ball, Phillips, who did well in that contest against Constanti a couple minutes earlier, or a couple of seconds earlier. Tyler Brown has it now. Both Brown boys deciding to take their talents to Box Hill this year after their stints with Collingwood. As Butler sends Box Hill inside 50. Couple jump at that ball. Ended up at ground level with Mitchell, and his short pass was okay for Francis.
Francis Assessing his options, decides to go into the corridor. It was a dangerous kick. That one was picked off. Turning was Brown. He also put another dangerous one in. Kirk with that one now. Went short with a hand pass. Found Shipley, who then flicked one over the top. Kirk running onto that. He goes short and hits up a target. Good shoe there. And McAndrew will go back and have a shot.
How he had that much space available, I don't know, Todd. He's probably the tallest man out there.
Yeah, you're right. Not like he goes unnoticed. So the Swans potentially can answer back with one here in this second term. Andrew just went off his line slightly to the right, and that's where it stayed. It was a behind. They move ahead now, 5-3-33. They lead by 12.
Callum Brown gets the ball back from the young fella in the crowd. Didn't see much of Tyler Brown in the first quarter. Cal had a fair bit more of it. Disposal number 9 coming up for him. Could go to his brother. It's in that general direction. Laddam's affecting your contest, and Parker was waiting for it at the front. We've seen that so many times before. Rushed his kick inside 50. There was a hold and a free kick for Sydney in point-blank range to be claimed by Buller. A frustrating one given away there by Ben DeBolfo. And you would expect Buller to kick his first goal of the day here.
Jack Buller, pick 13 in the 2023 mid-season draft from the Claremont Footy Club. It was in those national championship team with Logan McDonald and Chad Warner.
Swans out to a game-high lead here. 18-point ball game.
Great finish there. Swans just looking to control it. That was a rush kick inside 50 for Parker, but put them in a position to win the free kick. Fortune favours the Brave. Both teams in a little huddle here in the middle. Parker, Sheldrick and Edwards, along with Laddams, are the committee in the middle for the Swans. Laddams won the tap comfortably. Parker applying the tackle. He's been pinged holding the ball. Parker's tackle pays off. Earns himself a free kick.
Number 8 coming up here, Todd.
Parker gets it on the boot, puts it into the corridor. Buller's underneath. Buller couldn't quite. That was fisted away. Laddams couldn't get his kick away or a hand pass. The ball just plopped to the bottom of the pack. And we'll get a ball up inside 50 for the Swans.
McAndrew's got the size advantage there in the ruck up against Tovey. Exchanges hands a couple of times. It's ended up with Sheldrick. Gets onto the left boot. It's going to land in the pocket and bounce away from Constanti. Through for 1. Swans just starting to pepper a little bit here. Bodie Ryan with kicking in duties for Box Hill.
Yeah, Bodie to bring it in. Pick number 46 in the 23 draft. Former Glenelg Premiership player. He goes down the line. Laddams with a big fly, but it just fell to the front of the pack, and Butler scooted away, but ball was lost. It's going to come back here. It's going to be a free kick to Butler, as he was held after he got rid of it. So Butler across half back here. And again, Swans defence making it tough. He's forced to kick to a contest instead. Picks off a short target in Matheson, who then goes down the line into a 2-on-1. Going back with the flight was Kelly. He took a mark nicely, Kelly. Thought about going into the corridor, then changed his mind. Came out here to Hamling. Then a short hand pass here to McGaw. He goes back to Hamling, then McGaw again. McGaw under pressure, had to bend that around the body. That was picked off. Now they're away, Box Hill. They get the hand pass out wide here to Deer. Deer looks to go to the edge of the square. Getting across there, playing that goalkeeper role nicely for the Swans. And they'll have it here in the goal square through Kirk.
Nice mark, Indy Kirk. And this man's had a lot of the footy. Will Edwards coming up for number 12, leading ball getter on the ground. 5 marks for him. Main distributor across half back for the Swans. Ben Edwards now has it. Went to ball up. Sheldrick. Indy Kirk has worked his way forward, gets spoiled, couldn't take the mark. Ends up with Rule. Philoctetes, one way and the other, did well. Puts it onto the left boot. Sheldrick can't make it stick. Does make that tackle stick, though. Going nowhere was Bailey McDonald for Box Hill. Ball thrown up. Middleborough Road side of the grounds here. Tyler Brown crashing through, does well. Gets the handball out. And it's ended up in the hands of Ward as Box Hill goes inside 50. Target of the kick there was Wood. Good defensive pressure to kill that one off, and the ball found the boundary line.
Yeah, Francis did really well getting across there with the fist. He's been good in defence, has Francis, in the early stages of this one. Throw in now. Toby here for Box Hill. Laddams fell in his lap. He got the hand pass away. Now they get the clearing kick to the Swans, but it's going to be turned over almost. Onto the bottom of the pack here. Relieving hand pass away. Now they'll come into the corridor. The Hawks. Great contest there. Couldn't quite get his kick away. Parker battling away. That kick out there from Kirk. Found his target. Shipley now. He just goes short over the top. They're building here nicely. They come back in. That mark not taken by Hamling. Outside 50 into the corridor. Oh, getting across nicely. Constanti taking a good grab. He moves swiftly to the drop zone. And he'll line up here. Constanti has one already today. Come on the approach. Hits the post. Behind there for the Swans. They move now to 6-5-41. They increase their lead to 20.
Hit it solidly as well. Nathan Philoctetes has it again for Box Hill. It's been good in this second quarter. 20-point ball game at Fenju Stadium. And they'll share it around for the time being. Delboffo. Running off the back line was McDonald, sending a long one out to the outer side. Snell picks it off for Sydney, gives it off to Parker. Parker being good as you would expect. Little kick, just trickling inside 50, going back to track it, but then taken high in the tackle was Bailey McDonald. And Box Hill get it back. Inside defensive 50, they're just struggling to string a decent passage together right now, Box Hill, and this kick is going to be neutralised as well as it comes to ground. Moy crashing through, left it behind though, then went to ground. Ball up at just about true centre half forward for Sydney.
Great tackle there from Snell, didn't let his opponent get rid of that at all. Lock that in, forcing this stoppage. Laddams and Reeves battle away. Laddams probably got the clearer hand to it. Huswaite burst through. He couldn't get rid of it. And we'll get another ball up here. Laddams crashed into Reeves. Box Hill, they get the clearing kick here. Great pressure out wide. Here's O'Sullivan. Stops, turns back inside. O'Sullivan bursting through. Hand pass came through there. Snell got it clearing in his direction. Box Hill will have it here. Brown goes into the corridor, puts his teammate under pressure, but he was caught high. And there'll be a free kick here for Box Hill.
Number 13 coming up for Callum Porter. Leading ball getter on the ground, Porter. Low darting kick into the hot spot. Reeves threw it onto the right boot. And sometimes that's why you don't want rucks kicking the ball inside 50 all that much, Todd. I'm not sure what that was. It was out of bounds on the floor. There was no hawk that could take the mark. It was nowhere near goal. And the big man turns it back over into the hands of Aaron Francis.
So Francis goes long, down the line. One fisted away from behind. Good tackle by Rawl. We'll get a ball up here. Reeves won that tap. It came down to the foot of the pack. Swans are away with runners here. Can they find a target up forward? Moy Moy's going to have to go at this. He does. Creates a good of enough contest for it to come to ground. Then he applies pressure on the tackle, picks it up here. He gets the hand pass away. Now they work it out here. Goes back to Moy Moy, bends it around. Has he got it? I think he has. Yes, he does. Brilliant goal from the pocket. Tightest of angles and finished well.
Remember to stay tuned on afl.com.au and the AFL Live official app. There is a doubleheader here today at Fenju Stadium. Box Hill taking on Sydney in the Rebel VFLW later on this afternoon. Just saw the Sydney players making their way in, Todd. And they'll probably come out here at halftime and begin their preparations for that particular game. That's a good one to watch as well. A lot of AFLW talent will be on display in that particular game. You'll be able to watch it here on afl.com.au and the AFL Live official app. Every single game live and free in both VFL M and W in season 2024. And with commentary now as well, Toddy.
Looking forward to that one.
We'll be sticking around for that one later this afternoon. Back in the middle. Reeves won that tap down. Being absolutely harassed there was Hustwaite by Parker. Sydney ball, Cleary. Out toward the outer side. No mark taken by Lugston. Rawl looking to hand pass in board. It just bounces before it eventually ended up in the hands of Porter. Disposal number 14 for him. It's Wingard up against Mitchell. And Mitchell wins out. Handball. Bartholomeus going back to Mitchell. Did well. Leading option down the line. Shipley. Good to see him back in the lineup. First game of the year for Nick Shipley. He's one of only 6 VFL listed out here today. Parker. Disposal number 13. He's had a big second quarter, Luke Parker. He's played just about the entirety of it too, Todd. He's coming off right now, just as I say that. Sheldrick comes on for him. And he'll receive the handball here, Angus Sheldrick. Sold it nicely around Phillips, and then a high ball. Swans into attack yet again. Reeves had front position against McAndrew. Umpire blows the whistle here. There was a hawk down. Free kick, advantage paid. Phillips dumping one inside 50. It's a good kick as well. Going back was Wood. With some breeze at his back, he might think about a shot. We saw Chad Wingard slot one from this sort of distance. Now we've got a 50-metre penalty, and this will make it a certainty for Box Hill. You would expect Daniel Wood to put this one through. Had 7 disposals in the first quarter. And Box Hill need this. Margin will be 20 if he puts this through. Shouldn't miss. Doesn't miss. Margin down to 20 at Fenju Stadium as we approach half-time. Although, it's not yet time on yet, Toddy. I thought we're a bit later into the quarter. It's only 17 gone.
You've still got plenty of time, but much needed goal there against the flow there for Box Hill. That just keeps them in touch, brings it back to a 20-point margin. Just undisciplined stuff there on the mark. It's probably not an expected one to make it all the way or to finish it, even though it would have been wind assisted. However, now giving away that 50-metre penalty confirmed it for sure. So we're back to the middle here. McAndrew thrust back into the ruck here. He'll take on Reeves. Good true bounce, that one. Reeves over the back. Got the tap to Huswaite. He was wrapped up by Sheldrick. Couldn't get rid of it. We'll get another ball up. Sheldrick's tackle pressure's been great in the coalface. Both ruckmen didn't elect to go at it. There was a hold here. It's going to go in the favour of Reeves. Reeves looking to find a target. Plenty of room out there to operate was O'Sullivan. He had to go back with it to Rule. Rule got it by hand. Now they'll steady here. Then Rule put on an option after getting that hand pass. That was good running. Then put it into the corridor. Reeves, the big fella, getting across. Couldn't quite clunk it. Ball at the bottom of the pack here. Tackle applied. And we'll get a ball up inside 50.
Tovey going nowhere. Tackled by Bartholomaeus. McAndrew against Reeves. Reeves tapped it down, but to the wrong man. Sheldrick looking to clear back out. Moi slipping over. Ball then came out. It's up for grabs. Right on 50 here. Philoctetes desperately trying to get the ball out. Matheson then miss Cal Brown. Good tap out into space there by Brown. He's done well in the end. Little kick inside 50. Ended up back in Swans' hands though. It was Kelly. Moi. Kirk. It's just stayed in play. The kick only went 5 metres and then it's dumped back out toward the wing by Edwards. Ball pops up in the air. And Ryan will see it go out of play near the Sydney bench. Luke Parker is waiting to come back on alongside Pete Laddams. And Parker sneaks on now.
Throw comes in. Shallower than they predicted. McAndrew got to it, tried to get the double-handed tap to Parker. Huswaite on it now. He's tackled by Sheldrick. They go down. We'll get a ball up here right in front of the team's benches. McAndrew and Reeves wrestle. Huswaite bursts through. McAndrew wrapping him up in a tackle. We'll get another repeat stoppage. Reeves wins it that time. Doesn't put it to his team's advantage. Getting the kick there was Kirk, but it'll make its way out. And he'll go over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Prime position for us, Toddy. Doesn't get any better than this.
We are basically right on this boundary line.
They reach out and touch that. Smithy Sherrin. McAndrew against Reeves, and the throw-in favoured Reeves. He grabs it, got boots a ball eventually. Tyler Brown keeping it in play nicely. It's been good in the second quarter. Brown, high kick up towards half forward. Butler got one hand on it for Box Hill. Ground level ball here. They've worked it out nicely though, Sydney. Kelly throwing it onto the right boot out toward the space. It was a bad bounce though for Green. And now Rule looking to send it in toward the pocket. Kirk on the last line of the fence again. Indy Kirk's been good today, but he failed to keep it in play on that occasion.
Ball's going to come all the way back. You're right, Indy Kirk has played that good last line of defence role. He's been absolutely everywhere though.
9 touches now.
Been up on a wing at times and down on that last line. Ball thrown in. Reeves got the tap. Fell for Parker. They got it away. McGaw with a clearing kick. Box Hill looking to recharge again through Brown. Sends that to the top of the square. Francis over the back there. Is that going to be paid? Yes, it is. Terrific mark there from Francis. 22 and a half minutes gone here in the second quarter. Half-time looming. Swans leading by 20. Got a free kick here for a hold. It's going to go in the favour of Sydney. That kick will be taken by Laddams. Box Hill pushing numbers back. Laddams elects to go short. Finds his man and they'll look to build up play.
Buller with it for Sydney. Can go in board. Asking for it is Hamling. He'll go longer than that. Unbelievable, some of the talent out here today, Todd. Hamling, a premiership player with the Western Bulldogs. Luke Parker. Chad Wingard. A lot of talent out here at Fenju Stadium today. Ball nearly reeled in there by Buller. He's been good today so far. Hall gets out the handball. Box Hill are going to work this out. Butler was involved as well. Kick though smothered Good defensive stuff there. I think it was Bartholomeus for Sydney, but still Box Hill with a chance here. Ends up with Wingard deciding not to shoot. Goes inboard, saw something he liked, slipped over, got up and still took the mark. Ed Phillips.
It's classic play there by Wingard. He could have easily blazed away at goal, but he had the nous to look inboard and find Phillips with a kick.
Wingard's already had 2 goals today so far. But right now, all eyes on Ed Phillips, who is goalless so far this year's kicked 0-3 in Smithies VFL. And Box Hill need this. It would be 2 in a row for the Hawks. The Phillips kick on the way. Goal umpire stands completely still. Margin 14 points as we approach halftime at Fenju Stadium.
Nice handy one there for Box Hill, just to stay in touch now. Swans will look to close out the quarter here. They want to control it from the stoppage. McAndrew, Parker, Cleary, and Sheldrick will be their personnel. And for the Hawks, it'll be Ward, Hustwaite, and Porter and Reeves. That's your engine room, folks. What a treat it's been by this engine room for both teams. Porter with 14, Parker with 13, Sheldrick with 12. They're all in the mix here in this contest. 25 and a quarter minutes played. Half-time approaching. Reeves won the tap. Parker couldn't quite get it. Reeves got the slick hand pass away. Porter got it going forward. Back there was Francis taking another strong intercept mark. He's been brilliant. He just gives the signal to calm down. He can sense the quarter approaching. Doesn't want to give away anything silly here, but that kick was a tough one. Kelly socketed off the ground. Rule tried to pick it up here, but the boundary line will win out, and it'll be a throw-in on the outer side.
6 marks now for Aaron Francis. What does he have to do to get a look at AFL level? It's a pretty tough side to get into right now, the Swans.
Especially the defence as well. But he is knocking on the door.
Boundary throw in. It is a very, very tough side to get into, that one. So he'll have to bide his time, do what he can here in Smithies VFL. Sheldrick got involved again there. Parker then gave off the handball. Mitchell. Saw something he liked up forward, but in front position, regaining it to Bolfo. Gave off the quick handball. Box Hill working toward this near side of the ground. They've got the outnumber here, Sydney. Bartholomeus combining with Kirk. And he'll go back to Kirk now with Bartholomeus. Indy Kirk with the footy. Have seen Dad lurking around here today, Toddy. Captain Kirk, what a star he was for the Swans. Up towards half forward we go. Cooper Vickery. Kick it to the pocket, but Box Hill have the extra number. Spills out of play. Well, does it? It actually has been paid to Phillips, taking a customary intercept mark. That's exactly why he's now AFL listed. He's been intercept king for quite some time now in Smithies VFL. There's Ethan Phillips looking to go down the line. Kalshadir, Snell in front position, ended up in Deer's hands, hand pass to Wingard. Did a full 360, Wingard did well in the end, used his vision nicely. Hustwaite again giving it off to Porter. Porter up to 15, half forward, that's where it comes unstuck. The kick was way too short. Bartholomeus has it back for Sydney.
Bartholomeus again just putting up the signal to control things and slow it down. He'll go out wide, and Francis with that, he'll elect to go short. He picks out a target nicely, but there's the half. Coming into the half, it's the Swans by 14, 7-5-47. Sheldrick with the look-away hand pass. Couldn't quite get it. They'll bobble around here. Hawks go back in attack. They get the kick away. Crushing through there and doing a great job there was Hamling, but he lost possession. This will come out here for Kirk. Ball sits for him nicely. Oh, then he just laces one out. Great pass to Moi Moi. Moi Moi then finds a target in Shipley. They go inboard with the hand pass to Cleary, but no one didn't find its intended target. It's out over the line.
It's a proper shank, that one. Phillips going short to Cal Brown. Had his moments in the first half. Switching ball out to McDonald. Ed Phillips with the short pass now. Butler has it. Middleborough Road side of the grounds here. Box Hill find themselves down by 14 points. The kick from Butler, not great, turns over. Francis getting his kick in, board. Parker couldn't control it. Ball comes to the ground. Sheldrick, he runs into a couple of Hawks immediately. Ball popped out. No Pryor. Box Hill ball here. Phillips. Hustwaite, little kick in, board okay for O'Sullivan. They want to move it quickly. Phillips gave off the handball. It's going to be sent inside 50 by Ward. Jed Rule couldn't take the mark. Late pressure coming there. But the free kick has been given away by Hamling, according to the umpire. Jed Rule's going to line up here.
One of the changes Box Hill's made coming out of that halftime break, they've sent Rule forward. He's had a couple of touches early, but now he gets his opportunity to shot on goal.
Interesting choice with the long sleeves. Pretty warm day here today in late April. It's been some cold ones of late, Todd, but nice day here. Rule in the long sleeves, left foot on its way. I'm pretty sure Box Hill have kicked the first goal in all 3 quarters of this game so far. Momentum has not been their friend. They have got 3 in a row here. Maybe they're starting to work their way back in here and threaten to take the lead back off Sydney.
Yeah, you're right there, Adam. They have got each quarter off to a great start, getting a major. And you're right too, it is getting on that warmer side, especially out there with that sun beating down. It's 20 degrees here at the moment. Back to the middle. Give me Laddams and Reeves to take each other on. Cleary, Sheldrick, and Parker for the Swans will be there. 3 in the middle. Reeves won that tap. Hustwaite got the hand pass out. Sheldrick had it. He got it to Parker. Parker got it on the boot. It spirals its way forward. Just working in the forward line there was Buller. He tried to get his man off it but couldn't. Box Hill, they look to clear it away here through Brown. He goes laterally. And they look to pick off a target on the wing. Just quite couldn't. They go inboard here, do the Swans. Here's Cleary. Cleary short to Laddams. He's got an option in the pocket here. Oh, that was a great pass. McAndrew led really well. He'll be rewarded with it. It was a laser pass there. McAndrews to line up for goal. Tough angle, this one. Just judging by the flags. Breeze coming across left to right. I want to start this at the left-hand goalpost. Right foot kick. It looks good. No, it's behind. So the Swans now 7-6, 48. Box Hill 6-3, 39.
Cal Brown to bring the ball in for Box Hill. Averaging 27 disposals in Smithy's VFL since coming across from Collingwood with Tyler. No one on the mark here for Sydney. He's going to be allowed to run out of the square. Looks to get around Vickery. Little kick's okay. Josh Ward. Back to Brown. Back to Ward. Over on this near side of the ground. Kirk was going back with the fly, kept his eye on the ball, took some contact as well. And Indy Kirk is going to require some medical attention here. You would expect nothing less from a Kirk. And immediately, and rightly so, the medicos have rushed out to see if he's okay. His day might be done here, Indy Kirk.
Yeah, I think so. It was that head hitting the turf, and when you see the arms go up in that position next to each other and they hold the arms straight up, it's generally a sign that you have been unconscious. But yeah, they've asked for the stretcher straight away. They'll take their precautions.
You don't like to speculate, but you suspect concussion protocol is going to come into play here.
Yeah, definitely.
Looks to be moving his legs around a little bit, which I guess might be a good sign at least, but we'll let the medicos do what they need to do here as the stretcher comes out for Indy Kirk. Bravely going back with the flight to try to impact the contest.
He's had some game as well, has Indy Kirk. 12 disposals, 8 kicks, 3 marks. He was solid in defence and playing really well on a wing.
Swans just trying to sort out some interchange. The umpire actually coming over to give the all clear for Jaden McGaw to come on. Is Indy Kirk actually trying to get back up on his feet here? He is. He's up. And the applause from the crowd here at Fenju Stadium for Indy Kirk. And he'll go into the protocol, you would think, Todd.
Yeah, he certainly will. I'll definitely look after him. So it's going to be Swans ball here. Parker to take the kick across half back. Not a lot on here for Parker. Box Hill covering space really well. He's going to go to the outer side. Kick hits its intended target. Edwards goes to a wing. Mark taken out there. They'll go in short, but that's picked off. Here's Hall. Turns and fires the Box Hill. On the outer side. Ryan got the hand pass in his teammate's direction. He was shaken off the footy. Courageous mark there. It was a high up and under ball.
And a great effort by O'Sullivan as well to get Boots a ball there. How he kicked that, I don't know. That's all come off really well.
Huswaite with it now. He puts it into the corridor. Cutting that one off. Good intercept mark. Great structure again by the Swans. So Snell now. Go short. That one's almost picked off. This one's going to be a tough one. He was gang tackled there. Hand pass into the corridor. Brown got it back. The hand pass came out. Now Moy flicked a quick one into the pack. Parker, quick hands to Sheldrick. Sheldrick got it on the boot. Good mark taken by Shipley. He's going to be marched down the field. So Shipley here will line up for goal. We'll end up kicking this one from about 40 odd.
Big run up, Chad Wingard style kick one from here in the second quarter.
Shipley makes his way in. First game of VFL this season. Goes to the right, it stays right, and it'll be a behind. 7-7-49 the Swans. They lead this one by 10.
I wonder if Corey Warner's out of the game now, Todd, just on the bench and right ankle taped up. No boots on. Jacket on.
Means the Swans will be down with 2. I can't imagine Kirk coming back in, so Kirk and Warner.
Horner the target here, takes a nice little chest mark. Horner. The next target, though, is not presenting for him. Looking all over the place, looking for an option. Zabolfo was that man in the end for Box Hill. 10-point ball game. Hasn't really strayed beyond 20 for the entire day. Swans have led for the most part. High ball. Francis getting a fist on it. Hustwaite then missed it. Didn't have much time to react. Swans ball here. Moy gave it off. And now Edwards looking to centre it up. But maybe should have gone for goal there, Todd. Empty goal square. Phillips takes the intercept mark as he normally does. Goes out wide to Edwards. They're out of danger. Sorry, that's Ed Phillips, I should say.
He found the kick here to Butler. Butler going back, and then he'll come back into the corridor. That wasn't accurate. They'll be under pressure here. So free kick awarded to Box Hill, though. Got away with that one. They were quite lucky there. Here's Phillips. DeBolfo. He plays on. Elects to go short. Porter has had plenty of it. He goes in with a dangerous one. Swans dive on it here. Sheldrick with the tackle. Vickery got it away. He got it back in the hand pass. Looked for Parker, but it was over his head. Box Hill come back into the corridor looking for Reeves. Makes the contest. It falls to the foot of the pack. Here's Huswaite on the left boot. Good hit in the end. Found its target in Cal Shadir. And he'll line up for goal. He's a great kick, is Cal Shadir. Good pass to find him. It's going to be a promising one for the Hawks. He was pick 56 in the 23 draft. He's really applying his craft as a small forward here in VFL level. He's directly in front. It'll be from 50, right on the paint. Looks to be moving to the left. There's a pack forming there. And he'll go out over the line. There'll be a boundary throw in deep inside 50.
Tovey collected the behind post, which is still shaking pretty heavily. He's okay. So Warner and Kirk seemingly out of the game. Ball thrown in. I wonder if Box Hill can potentially take advantage of that. They've been trailing for the majority of the game so far. McDonald couldn't take the mark, but laid a good tackle here. Green being tackled by Bailey McDonald near the middle of Fenju Stadium. 10-point ball game. The one and only game today in Smithy's VFL. Butler sending Box Hill back inside 50. Diving effort, but no mark taken now. I wonder if that was Bodie Ryan. Ball will be given back to the umpire. No, it was Tovey, in fact. Ryan is in the area, though. Laddam's grabbing it out of the ruck. Kick through to hands there at Kelly. Play on call anyway. Probably didn't go the distance. Hall taken to ground by Shipley. In for his first game of the year, Nick Shipley.
Yeah, Shipley doing really well. VFL listed talent. On show here, Laddam's got front position, snatched it out of the ruck in the end, went short with a hand pass. They'll get the clearing kick here. Working under that one nicely was Wood. Protected the drop zone well. He went back there. Wanted the pack there, picked up by Kelly, but he was wrapped up Kelly. We're going to ball up inside 50 here for Box Hill. 13 and a half minutes played in this third term.
I was going to say, quite a few ex-Collingwood players out here today for both sides, Todd. Kelly, one of those.
Snap, that one's smothered. Ball eventually coming out, but again, a wall of Swans applying tackles. Box Hill finally worked that out. They get it going forward. Thanks to the kicker Brown, it's in the pocket. Kelly, he got it first, but he was tackled. He was out over the line.
Two players down, one for each. Edwards is the Swan. And that is Will Edwards, who had a big first half. A Box Hill player down as well. We can't confirm who that is at the moment. And there is concern for both of these players. Although is Edwards back up on his feet. There's calls for a stretcher. I think Edwards is okay, but the Box Hill player here, Todd, needs a stretcher.
Yeah,
and we can't yet confirm who that is for Box Hill.
You can tell that's a bad one. Every player on the ground turned around almost to signal to the bench for some assistance.
Player conscious. We won't guess as to who it is. We'll wait for confirmation on that. There's already been one. Well, there was a stretcher called out, but Indy Kirk did actually come off of his own volition in the end. So Warner's out of the game. Kirk probably out of the game. There's an injury concern now. Edwards is okay. That's good news for Sydney fans, but just behind where all the Swans players are gathered right now, Todd, we have a stretcher situation for the second time in this third quarter.
Yeah, it's not great. Swans making their way across. They'll form a huddle in front of their coach's bench. Still trying to ID the player, but we have every Swan player right in front of us, directly blocking that area. This will make the quarter extensively long as time ticks away. Obviously, in formation.
The ball obviously was over in that forward 50 for Box Hill when the incident occurred. Will Edwards also was hampered, we think, as a result of that same incident, but he's okay. So Indy Kirk, Corey Warner are out of the game for Sydney. For Box Hill, it is Sam Butler and Chad Wingard. No injury concern that we know of for Chad Wingard.
So right on, that clock has been reset, the game clock here in the stadium. Showing 50 minutes on your screens. Ball thrown in the air. Action finally back underway. Snap at goal. Box Hill get one early. No, it's a miss. Cal Shadir just missing that one with a snap.
Aaron Francis to bring the ball back in. He's been good today, Aaron Francis. 7 marks, 11 disposals. Number 12 coming up here. And he'll go short to Laddams. Just need to get back into the rhythm now, Todd, of actually calling this game. So this, I don't know what our screens are showing right now in terms of the time clock. In the stadium here, it's a minute in. So on that clock, Todd, we'll probably go for another 20 minutes potentially before three-quarter time. Nice underground handball there by Cal Brown, and then Ward's kick in board. No mark taken there by Reeves. Francis working hard as a little kick goes toward the square. Hard one to control. Nicely read Tyler Brown, and he goes on the right boot. Lands in the pocket. It's regained by Hamling in the back pocket for Sydney. Again, just trying to get back into the rhythm of this one, Todd.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Hamling with the clearing kick. Goes out wide to a one-on-one. Good contest out there. Free kick has been paid. It's going to go in favour of the Swans. There will be that man in McGaw to take it. McGaw looking inboard initially. Then he goes down the line. It's a 2-on-4 in that situation. Boxy will deal with that one easy enough. Here's Brown. He's had plenty of it. He's going to go all the way back to Rule. Rule electing to play on. Just goes short with a kick. Kelly looking to cut it off. Swans now go on the attack. Little hand pass there. Mitchell over the top. Have to move it going forward. That one, Moy didn't get the kind bounce, then ended up with it anyway. Goes with a hand pass. Parker getting it on the boot quickly, but he misses to the right. It's a behind.
Callum Brown to bring this ball in for Box Hill. Just joining us, a half-hour delay in the middle of this third quarter with an ambulance needing to come to take care of Sam Butler, an apparent serious injury for the Box Hill Hawk that resulted in a significant delay here in the third quarter. We've been back playing for 3 minutes now since that delay. Edwards hadn't lost it for Sydney. Couple of handballs. Balls ends up with Hall for Box Hill. Kick toward the wing. Laddams against Reeves. Laddams did well to get back in front of the big man and take the relieving mark for Sydney.
Yeah, super mark there by Laddams. Unfortunately, that kick just didn't go to its intended target. Box Hill across half back here. They go short. Here's Ward. He goes further along down the line. Deer, Kalsha Deer. Kicked a great goal earlier. He goes in to the corridor. Then they go with a hand pass. Now deep into the pocket. Brown setting under that one. Great fist. Out over the line by Snell. And we'll get a boundary throw in deep inside 50 here for the Hawks.
Part of the ground where the delay first occurred. Winch has picked up a bit here as well. We think it's favouring the right of screen, the Whitehorse Road end of the ground. Ball to be thrown in. So Sydney kicking that way in the third quarter. Reeves grabbing it out of the ruck. Got the hand pass out as well. Good tackle by Shipley, though, to snuff out the potential look at goal that Hall was thinking about for Box Hill. Had a good game last week against North Melbourne, did Max Hall. Sheldrick's kick out into space. It's going to bounce awkwardly, but eventually ends up in the hands of Rule. He goes around the corner. Little kick goes inside 50. It clean bowled a couple of Swans. Kick comes in board now. Nice footy, Box Hill. Hustwaite will line up.
Well, it looks like Box Hill's really responded after that lengthy break. They've been able to get good territory and move the ball pretty good as well.
Henry Hustwaite, 11th disposal coming up for him. He's taken 3 marks as well today. The left foot kick, not much of a run-up. Didn't need it. The margin is 4 points here at Fenju Stadium. And Box Hill have kicked the last 4 goals off this game, Todd.
They certainly have, and they're starting to really work their way back into this game. I think it's super important after a lengthy stoppage like that, who's going to respond, and the Hawks done exactly that. It's been through good use of the footy. So back to the middle. It's going to be Laddams, Parker, Edwards and Sheldrick to take on Reeves, Huswaite. Ball. Good true bounce here. Laddams got across. Reeves won the tap. Sheldrick bursting through. He was wrapped up in a tackle. Reeves quick hand pass. Now Huswaite with it. He gets it on the boot. Gets the clearance. Comes out wide here. Swooping in there and doing a good job was O'Sullivan, but his hand pass didn't have much purchase. Then he laid the tackle. O'Sullivan again. Just bobbling around. Bursting through. Was Sheldrick, but he couldn't get rid of it.
Laddams against Reeves in the ruck as the ball comes to ground. How about that pick up and emerge from the pack by Porter? And his kick finds a target. Cal Shadir is going to line up, and if he kicks it, Box Hill will be in front.
Well, it's happened at the coalface for the Hawks here. They've just been on top
50.
At the stoppages.
I think the runner might have given away that 50 for being too close to the action. That's my best guess of what happened there. Certain goal coming up. And if Cal Shadir does poke this one through, which he does, Box Hill are back in front, and they have kicked 5 in a row.
Great work here. Comeback is on.
It's not on, it's complete.
It is, yeah, correct. Leading by 2 here.
Jeez, you can hear that wind as well.
Really starting to rustle through is that win. So Cleary is into the middle now. Swapped with Parker. An awkward bounce. It's going to come back. We'll redo it again. Reeves won the tap. Go forward here. Reeves got it again. Bursting through there was Porter. He went down, was caught high. Huswaite hit the target short to Hall. And Max Hall now will line up for goal. It's just been Box Hill with the clearance work. Kicked the last 5. This is for 6 in a row. Max Hall averaging 22.3 disposals a game here at VFL level. Averages just under a goal a game and has a go at that one. It's just a behind. So now Box Hill increased their lead to 3.
They were down by 26 halfway through the second quarter, Box Hill. Now lead it by 3. Francis to bring it in. He's had one of his better games this year in the VFL so far today. It's a big kick out toward the wing, going back with the flight. The intercept, Mark King is at it again. Ethan Phillips has the ball. 12 marks on average in Smithy's VFL so far this year. The kick-in board was good for McDonald. Box Hill are just running over the top of the grounds here at the moment. It's on their terms. Hustwaite with the short pass. Philoctetes has it. A kick and a half from home, Box Hill. Philoctetes will go onto the favoured left. It's going to be a long ball. Reeves is the big man that goes up for it. Out the back, Dia. His kick is touched on the way through. Chance goes begging for Box Hill to extend their lead.
It certainly does here. The Swans just looking real secondary at the moment. Clearances 25-21. Box Hill lead. However, the last 4 or 5 of them have come in those few minutes. Parker brings that one in. Finds Shipley. Swans have just got to get some run moving here as Shipley goes out wide. Wasn't a great kick. Will go out over the line. It'll be a boundary throw in. So during that long stoppage, Box Hill elected to go into the rooms and just take their time through that one. Thrown in. Gandry versus Reeves. It came down to the favour of Box Hill here. A kick now into the danger zone. Over the back is waiting is Brown. He anticipated it well. The punch came over and Brown run into an open goal. Great finish there by Tyler Brown. Box Hill now extend their lead to 10.
Such handy additions into this Box Hill VFL lineup, the two Brown boys. After getting a look at the top level with Collingwood, of course, as father-son selections, the sons of Gavin Brown. Tyler's just put Box Hill up by 10 points. It's a 36-point turnaround from halfway through the second quarter, Todd.
Yeah, certainly is. Box Hill have only been in front in this game for 13 minutes. Find themselves ahead by 10 here.
They've kicked 6 goals unanswered. It's now 3 goals since the delay. We suspect there's probably about 7 or 8 minutes left in this third quarter. Back in the middle here, another clearance going their way, dominating there right now. Porter's been excellent today as the Hawks go inside 50 once more. Francis tackled, did get the hand pass out, but then it's turned over into the hands of Ned Reeves.
That clearance tally now getting up to 27-21, a 6 clearance delta. And that's where it's coming from, straight out the middle.
Delta, I like it. You hear that more in motorsport, but I do like it used here in the Smithies VFL type. So Ned Reeves, we think he's kicking into the breeze here, Todd. We've seen a lot of bombs at the other end of the ground today. Not so much at the Davey Street end. Reeves from outside the arc. It's a decent roost, but he has hooked it.
Huge kick. That one there by Reeves. He definitely has the levers. Parker with the kick-in duties, taking the last couple. He'll look to bring it in. He elects to play on and taking a bounce. Getting some good territory on this one. Long down the line. There's going to be a whistle here for a free kick early. It's going to go in favour of the Hawks as well. It's going to come back here to Homer. Haven't said his name much. Stuart Homer. He gets onto it. Back underneath that one. They all fly. It comes to the bottom. Trying to work their way through. Brown was there, but Kelly with the clearing kick. Just charged down there. Philiptides got it going into the corridor. Shipley didn't quite get a clean possession. Was he caught high? I think he was. Swans will take advantage here. They find Francis. Francis caught there. Is going to be a 50. Yes, it is. He was held up a little too long.
Don't have the stat in front of us, but there's been quite a few 50-metre penalties paid today.
So this will be an interesting one here. Francis, he seizes the opportunity of goals. He goes goal-bound. Has he got the legs? Yes, he does. And he just edges the boys on to get around him and start to lift. A great goal by the experienced Francis.
This is turning into some game of footy. 5-point ball game now. And Francis numbers today, Todd, 12 disposals, now has a goal, 7 marks. He has been good.
He has. He's been great, showing his wealth of experience, playing the deepest in defence, and that time took advantage of the 50-metre penalty and just injected some much-needed run and carry there to play on and finish with that goal.
That's yet another goal as a result of a 50-metre penalty. Both teams have received and been on the receiving end of those today. Good game of footy on a Sunday afternoon at Fenju Stadium, the one and only game in Smithy's VFL today. Back in the middle. Umpire saw a hold, free kick will go Hustwaite's way. He's been good for Box Hill. Gave off the quick handball. Ward, look out. Luxton got him. He did get his hand pass out though. Box Hill get away with it. Ended up in the hands of O'Sullivan. He goes bang and instantly gets one back for Box Hill. Jack O'Sullivan with his second.
Well, momentum's a dangerous thing, and Box Hill have got it at the right time here.
Five goals since the delay, Todd, combined.
Yeah, huge. They've just been running on top of the ground. It's all happened at the stoppage. That one, the Swans gave away a free kick, resulting into a clearance from the Hawks, and every time they're going inside 50 now, they're just converting. Those clearance numbers, 28 to 21. Inside 50s, they do dominate in that category as well. 40 to 29. Swans have been much more efficient going inside 50. Back to the middle here. Clock showing 65 minutes for the quarter. 16 minutes played since that stoppage. The siren should be looming. Cleary got it out. Going back with that one was Brown, but picking it up was Porter. Porter get it, and there is that siren. So it's three-quarter time. It's the Hawks 10-7, 67. Swans 8-8, 56. It's the Hawks by 11. They dominated that quarter, kicking 6 after. Bit of a mutual tap, but it came down to DeBolfo, who got the kick away. Now the Hawks go out wide. Phillips got it moving forward. They'll collect it here on the outer side, coming into the corridor. Not a bad pass. Porter's got to run onto it. That hand pass comes now. Porter looking to receive, but mopping up really well. There was Kelly, and it will come out to this side here. Great tackle applied there by Bartholomew. And we'll get a ball up. Adams makes his way across. Parker to Sheldrick, who got it on the boot. Good contest out here. And pass in board. Hustwaite goes out wide. Philoctetes finds a man on the outer wing. That's Hall. And then he picks off a target in O'Sullivan. Who O'Sullivan's shaping up like he's going to have a shot here. There's a slight breeze favouring that end. O'Sullivan then slow plays it, puts it to the edge of the square, and a mark taken. And Box Hill will line up for another one here. So, Cal Shadir has been great up forward. He's just shaping to kick this one around the corner. And like they've done all game, they open up the fourth quarter with the first goal. They've had the first goal in every quarter. And Cal Shadir has another to his name. That's number 2 for him.
7 of the last 8 now to belong to Box Hill as well. If they win by a big enough margin today here, Todd, they can go to the top of the ladder. The team that currently occupies top spot on the ladder is Footscray. And that is our matchup next week in Smithy's VFL on Sunday at Whitten Oval. Looking at the live ladder as we speak, it is still Footscray on top by 5 percentage points over the top of Box Hill. They've been ultra impressive, Box Hill, since the delay in particular.
That makes that matchup even more juicier.
So if you're just tuning in, there's been a lot for us to digest throughout this game today, both on the injury front and just what we're seeing out here on the field, which is a pretty good game of footy. We started the day with 27 AFL listed players out here. 17 of those belong to Sydney. Sheldrick is taken into the turf here, tackled by Hall and a ball up. Corey Warner, Indy Kirk, both out of the game for Sydney. Ankle for Warner. Kirk suspected to be in the concussion protocol for Box Hill. Chad Wingard kicked 2 goals in the first half. He's now done for the day. Sam Butler with a nasty injury in the third quarter, resulting in a delay in this game for more than half an hour. He is out as well for Box Hill as the Swans go inside 50. Ball's bouncing, no one's touched it yet. Last line of defence, Phillips looking to get the handball out to Matheson, but he can't do much with it. It goes out of play, boundary throwing.
It's a good one here for Sydney. They want to answer back here. Game starting to get into the balance. They trail by 17. They're out to a 26-point lead at one stage. All evaded both rucks. Will come to the back. Here's Shipley. Managed to get it on the boot. Now Cleary goes a goal. It's going to go short to the top of the square. That was fisted away. Free kick here to the Hawks, and he'll come to Brown. He'll go short into the pocket. He's got a relieving option there. And that's Phillips. Phillips goes down the line with it. They'll fly. Laddam's almost clunked it. It came down for Francis. He couldn't quite get it. Sheldrick ended up with it. He goes back to an option and finds a target here in Hamling. Hamling under pressure here. He finally gets the hand pass away. Sheldrick comes in and relieves. Now he'll look to hand pass. No, he doesn't. He goes kick, but that was smothered. Box Hill look to be away here. Here's Ward. He's tackled greatly by Shipley. And we're going to get a ball up here on centre wing.
Box Hill's biggest lead of the day, 17 points. Ball thrown up on the wing. As Reeves gone to ground there, not sure what happened. There might have been a head clash with Laddams. Laddams actually with hand on his own head right now, as well as the Swans go inside 50. Bullard taking on the tackler. Hand pass out to Cleary, but he had to go back and fetch it. O'Sullivan tackles him to the ground. Reeves did well just to tap it and help out Porter there as he slaps it towards half forward for Box Hill. Strong tackle laid here by Deer, and that will result in a stoppage just beyond 50 for Box Hill. Ned Reeves is coming off now. That was a head clash in the ruck contest with Peter Laddams.
Great forward line pressure there by Deer to lock that one in. Hamling tried to escape out the back. Crushing through there was Mitchell. Finally gets it going in favour. Shipley was there. Shipley then sprints away. Bends one around the corner. Buller now trying. Couldn't quite pick it up. Hawks now through Hall. They go back with the hand pass. Out here. They go backwards again. That was a good relieving kick by Ward. They went all the way back there to Homer, and he went further afield to Phillips. Now they look to switch here, and they do. Philiktidis goes even further afield. This kick has to be accurate, and it is. He's got it out wide here. McDonald hits a target. They're just building up play slowly. Here's Phillips. Puts this one to the high half-forward position. Big fly over the back. Laddams has it. He goes out wide. Kelly takes the mark. Kelly now across half-back.
So Kelly across half-back. He'll go toward the wing. Mark taken by Mitchell. Buller the next target. Couldn't take it. Good defensive effort there by DeBolfo. Cal Brown gives it back to DeBolfo. He can go short to Matheson. It just stays in play. Box Hill going for top spot on the ladder here. And they'll play the team that currently occupies that spot in Footscray next week. Ball in the hands of Stefanakis. He had a loose target over the top. It's Cal Shadir. He can run in for his second goal of the quarter and made a mess of the kick.
Yeah, not a great finish. Not what we come to expect from Cal Shadir. William Edwards will bring it in for the Swans. There's Kelly short. He ignores that one. Goes straight down the middle, looking for Laddams. He gets across, makes the contest, falls for Shipley. He's tackled by Hustwaite. And we'll get a ball up here. That kick down the middle could be signs they're looking to take this on. Laddams takes it out of the ruck. Gets it on the boot. Paddling that one forward. There's going to be a free kick here for a hold. It's going to go in favour of the Hawks. Here's Phillips. Phillips elects to plays on. Puts it into the hot spot. They all fly. Looking to get rid of this one. Stuck with it was McAndrew. He couldn't get it going forward, and it'll be a ball up.
Umpire Jeff Dalgleish coming in to ball this ball up. A lot of experience out there for the men in green this afternoon. Four-man panel operating this particular game of football. Hall going around the corner. The kick just kept on carrying. I wonder if the wind took hold of that one, Todd. Goes out of play in front of the main pavilion here at the old Box Hill City Oval. Fenju Stadium these days.
And that wind has played a little bit of havoc. McAndrew in the ruck for the Swans. Got two hands to it. Fell nicely for Park, who got rid of it, but it fell in the hands of the Hawks, and they'll finish, and they get another one. Great goal out of the pack. Beautiful work there by Max Hall. Ball fell in his lap, and he was able to finish.
Hawks have turned this game so well, Todd. They were down by 26 points at one point in the second quarter. Phil Moy kicked a goal. It was a nice goal too in the pocket over there, Todd. That put the Swans 26 points up. Box Hill got a goal back just 2 minutes later through Wood, and since then it's been nearly entirely on Box Hill's terms.
Yeah, it certainly has. Those clearance numbers, 31 to 29, the Swans starting to even those up. However, the Hawks, they've done the damage early after that stoppage, and they're able to put some good scoreboard pressure on.
So Max Hall finally has a goal to his name this afternoon. What a game that sets up to be next week, Todd. What a grand final matchup in the VFL back in 2016 between Box Hill and Footscray. Footscray winning that flag before winning the AFL flag a week later with the Western Bulldogs. That was a famous game under the lid at what is now known as Marvel, that grand final. One Cyril Rioli played for Box Hill that day, Todd. And right now, Box Hill are looking to stream away again, kicking board Hall again. He'll go setting up for the hot spot. Tovey, two grabber. And too good at the moment at Box Hill.
Yeah, they certainly are. They're just playing above the ground at the moment. They just look to be that team that after that extended break have just answered brilliantly. It's, if anything, that break gave them energy to recharge.
Made his VFL debut last week against the Kangaroos here at Fenju Stadium. Now he's going for his first goal. To nearly put this one beyond doubt. Box Hill on fire. Tovey gets his first goal in Smithy's VFL.
Great stuff for the young lad as they all get around Tovey. Development list player as well. Such a great pathway, this VFL program, especially with the setup with your development listed talent.
Just looking at some Sydney Swans players behind us, Todd, warming up for the Rebel VFLW game that's going to be kicking off after this one. We've got it here on afl.com.au, AFL Live official at Box Hill on top of the ladder there, playing against a very strong Sydney Swans lineup.
It should be great. Talking about another great pathway, that VFLW program is huge, especially with that injection of the Swans and the Giants playing these mid-season games.
Two undefeated teams in that one as well.
Andrew won the ruck tap, but it came down for Porter, who gets another clearance next to his name. Awkward bounce here, inside 50. Tackle laid. Great tackle there by William Edwards to lock that in. Reeves won the tap. Parker came through, but he was collected high. We'll have a free kick here. Parker looking to go into the corridor. Picks out a target there in Edwards, but he didn't get rid of it in time. So Box Hill will have it here in the middle of the park.
10 of the last 11 goals in this game belong to Box Hill, and they lead it by 30 points. And this man's been a star today. Might get the JJ votes today. Porter into the pocket. it goes out of play and a boundary throwing. Cal Porter, 26 disposals, 7 inside 50s, 9 clearances and 8 tackles. That is a very impressive stat line for Callum Porter. For the Hawthorn fans watching on, wondering if he'll get a look at AFL level, well, he's VFL listed, at least at the moment he is. In the pocket, Parker. Disposal number 28 for Luke Parker today. Ground level ball. I did well to get that handball out. Edwards then ran into trouble. Turnover again. Ball then touched off the boot. Ended up in Jed Rule's hands. Goes onto the left boot. Wobbling kick. Will bounce through for 1.
Swans bringing in here through Hamling. He's just going to give it everything he's got in the Parker direction. Just bounces over the back. Here's Shipley now. He just rockets a hand pass forward. Lugsden got it. Lugsden from 50. It's going to have to be kind with the bounce. How is it going to fall? Will it go all the way? Was it touched? Let's have a look. No, Lugsden gets the goal back. Just what the Swans need. He had nothing ahead of him. He had to dig in. He did and got the kind bounce. So some life here in the Swans, Adam.
Just keeps this one interesting, doesn't it, Todd? It's been a game of momentum swings, this one right now. Even though the Swans just kicked that goal. Momentum with Box Hill. They've kicked 10 of the last 12 in this game. Trailed by as much as 26 halfway through the second quarter. Game where the injuries are going to be the story when it's all said and done, Todd.
We saw with that kick in, they're prepared to take it on. They just went directly down the middle and willed it forward.
Lindsay Kirk done, concussion protocol. Corey Warner, ankle on ice. Has not featured in the second half for Box Hill. Managed minutes, we suspect, for Chad Wingard. Kicked 2 goals in the first half and looked pretty good as well, Todd. In that first half, he bobbed up quite a bit. He was managed out of it today, but a real serious injury concern for Sam Butler. And there's a lot of talk around the ground that it was a severe lower leg injury for him that resulted in him requiring an ambulance to come and take him from the field of play. 45 minutes away in the third quarter as a result of all of that. That's the story of the day so far. On the ground, Box Hill are in the box seat for a win. And if they win by enough, they'll go to the top of the ladder with the top of the table clash against Footscray to come next week in Smithies VFL at Whitten Oval. That's also a double header in the Rebel VFLW as well. Ball comes out to back here through for a rush behind for the Hawks. So double header here in the Rebel VFLW. Box Hill to take on Sydney next here on afl.com.au, AFL Live official app next week. Double header at Whitten Oval with the Western Bulldogs to take on Box Hill in conjunction with the men's game.
The last few kick-ins, the Swans have elected to go straight down the middle. They do again on that occasion. Kelly got the hand pass going forward. Tackled there. Kelly got it back. They go out wide here to Parker. Parker tried to pick a target out, but that was punched. Now Box Hill will go forward. Looping hand pass over the top. Brown finds a spare man out there in Stefan Arcus, who lines up and he finishes. Great goal there by Stefan Arcus. They increase their lead now to 31.
Finally has a goal today, so he's kicked 6 for the year. It took him a while to get on board today.
Yeah, averaging a goal and a half a game and 3.5 marks per game as well. So today he's been relatively quiet to his lofty standards. However, he finished beautifully there. He was under pressure. He was able to slot that one through.
On the live ladder watch, Box Hill just creeping closer to Footscray now, just 0.16% separating the two. And they will meet next week at Whitten Oval. 14-10-94 Box Hill, Sydney 9-8-62. It's been really impressive, Box Hill, since those middle stages of the second quarter side, hasn't it?
It's been chalk and cheese compared to their performance in the first half.
Especially given there are so many AFL-listed Swans out here today taking on a somewhat undermanned Box Hill, especially now with no Wingard and no Butler out there, but they're missing Kirk and Warner as well, the Swans, out of this particular game. So both teams down to 3 on the bench as we speak. No injury that we know of for Chad Wingard. But the other three out with injury concerns. Ball up here. Laddams. Hand pass goes out towards Shipley, who will pick it up eventually. Then the little kick in toward the pocket, setting Buller a task there. Buller then tries to tap on. That might come off. It's Caden Cleary sidestepping, giving off the handball, and the goal is then kicked by McGaw. But time is the issue for Sydney.
You're right there, Adam. Time is a factor in this one. Back to 26 here. Swans, when they have moved it in these later stages of the game, have looked dangerous, but it's really been this clearance work from Box Hill that have put them in the box seat, if you will. Those clearances numbers now sitting at 35 to 32. Hit-outs relatively even, 29 to 27. The inside 50s, 52 to 35. Box Hill really monstering in that department. They go shorter in the ruck here. Laddams got the tap. It comes to Francis, who came off the square. Thought handball, then went handball in the end. Found Parker. Parker goes underground to Laddams. A bounce pass, if you will. Laddams got it on the boot. Looked inside 50. Going back with the flight and taking an impressive mark was Brown. That's Callum Brown. Goes out wide to an outlet pass to some safety. Box Hill happy to play slow here. Pick out a third target. Just happy to take their time here in this one. Daniel Wood goes long with it. Rule at the back, he fists that one. Hoping for the boundary line, but we kept in. Ball over the back now, still alive. That must be tight right against the boundary line. Looking to improve. Pass into the top of the square, getting across here. Stefan Arkas with a snap. He finishes brilliantly. He has his second now. And both of those coming in the last quarter. So back to 32 for the Hawks.
This is the final game of round 5 in Smithies VFL. Started way back on Wednesday, Todd, at the Swinburne Centre. And that was a really good win for an undermanned Richmond against Casey. A bit similar to here, where the team with the less AFL players have actually ended up winning the game. We suspect Box Hill's going to win this one. The margin now 32 points. And next week in Smithies VFL, Sydney hosting GWS at the SCG. Box Hill on Sunday, heading to Mission Whitten Oval to take on Footscray in what's going to be a top-of-the-table clash in Smithies VFL. That's one to look forward to. I think I'm on the call for that one, Todd, so I'll look forward to that one on Sunday. Back live here, full 360 there, but Tyler Brown still got boots of ball. Shipley then committed the high contact and gave away the free kick to Tovey, who earlier in this quarter kicked his first goal in the VFL. Saw something he liked. Porter consistently being Box Hill's leading ball getter. This is disposal number 28 coming up for him all round. You won't be surprised to hear that Luke Parker is the leading ball getter on the ground today, has 30 for Sydney. Porter short for Ward. Disposal 20 coming up for Ward. Box Hill just happy to chalk up some cheap stats now. The win's in the books for them. They're going to face the VFL's only undefeated team. That's a decent fly for the ball, but probably going to be paid. What is that? No, I was going to say maybe unrealistic attempts, but there's a hold that the umpire has seen. And waiting to claim the footy is Cal Shadir. He's had his moments today, Todd. 2 second-half goals so far.
Yeah, he's been good, Cal Shadir. Had plenty of it early, but he's just found the goals late in this one.
Margin will be 38 points if he kicks it. Going for his third. And he's missed a couple today, Todd, that he probably should have kicked.
Yeah, that wasn't a great finish there. Unfortunate. Francis to bring it in. He's going to play on. He's going to take on the would-be tackler. He's got it going out wide. No real intended target. One didn't really pay off. It was Box Hill rebound. One coming in. It was a real worm burner. Deer tried to get the hand pass away. Parker was the recipient. Parker tried to get it away, but it's going to be a free kick here for Luke Parker for a push in the back. He plays on quickly, but
Tyler Brown put down behind play, Todd.
Yeah. So it's going to come all the way back.
Big smile on his face as well.
He's going to probably have a go at this one.
Yeah, this is where Wingard kicked one in the second quarter, wasn't it?
Yeah, almost identical spot. Probably a little closer to the broadcast side. Luke Parker standing right on that 50-metre arc, so you'd assume this is going to be kicked from about 55, 58. Let's see if Tyler Brown has the distance. Just a little stutter. Gave himself a slide arc. Distance not a problem. Accuracy maybe. It was on the line actually. Kelsha Deer tried to claim the mark but didn't, as a behind has been awarded. And the Swans play on quickly.
Number 32 for Luke Parker, receives it from Francis. Kick toward the middle of the ground was good for Bullard. Gives off the quick handball. Edwards taking a bounce immediately before sending it out in the direction of Caden Cleary. He kicked one earlier in this last quarter. Swans have done this a few times today, Todd. Go coast to coast. The shot at goal coming up from Will Green. They've done that a few times.
Yeah, they have. They haven't had an issue when they've got the ball moving quickly. I think they've been defeated at that stoppage.
That one was straight from the training track, wasn't it?
Certainly was.
Exactly how you draw it up on a Tuesday or Thursday night. And Green finishes it. A small smattering of applause here from the Swans fans. We've got a double header here coming up. The Rebel VFLW kicking off shortly, Todd, between Box Hill and Sydney. Two undefeated teams.
Yeah, it's going to be a great contest, that one. But just having a look, there was good crowd numbers here earlier. Then with that late stoppage, I reckon a lot of fans coming in to do the double, coming to watch the VFL, then going to the AFL later.
The AFL game starting at 4 o'clock today.
Yep. Great occasion as these two clubs face each other in 3 games this afternoon.
Bit of rivalry between the Hawks and Swans as well in recent memory.
You'd know.
Both shared the talents of Buddy Franklin, of course.
You'd know, Chief. You're a diehard Hawk.
Heartbroken in 2012. Made up for 2 years later, Todd.
Adams won the tap. Parker got the tackle. We'll get a restart.
That said, plenty of respect for the Swans.
Did appreciate the Box Hill socials today. They had a post on there where they had Buddy Franklin, Kennedy, just a few that have played for both clubs, especially Box Hill. Buddy had a few games here as Parker tries to get that out. He couldn't.
Win! Go!
Spot Everett. He played at both, didn't he?
I'm pretty sure. Great mark taken there by Edwards. He elects to play on. He goes straight down the guts. Let's see if he has something up forward here, and he does. Great mark taken by Francis, who's applying his craft up forward now.
It's been a good day for him today, Todd, hasn't it?
He certainly has.
9th mark. He's going for his second goal.
It's just what I was reaching for, those marking stats. He equal leader in this game with Ethan Phillips. Lines up for that one. It's offline. He'll be fisted out over the line. He'll be a behind.
So Swans will take on GWS next up in Smithy's VFL. Box Hill to take on Footscray. Both teams have shown some good signs throughout the afternoon, but it will be Box Hill's day today. 27-point ball game as we speak, and particularly since the delay halfway through the third quarter, Box Hill have just turned it on, and Swans not having too many answers in the end. That's pretty much the difference in this game, because when the delay happened, Todd, Sydney was up by 10 points. It's been a very big turnaround since then, and it happened quickly for Box Hill. The ball has, I was going to say, maybe slipped out of play, but no, the umpire spots a free kick. And Vickery is going to have the ball come back to him. 32 touches, Luke Parker.
Huge. Luke Parker, sure that next week he'll be straight in to that senior team. Great test after they're broken up. Francis goes at it. He couldn't quite get it. It falls nicely here. Parker spinning. He got the hand pass away. Now they go out wide to Shipley. He collects it, goes to Buller. Buller elects to go the ground route. That one was deflected. Swooping on here is Brown. Finally gets it away. Clearing kick now, Del Bolfo. He got it out wide, down the wing. Going back there and taking a brilliant mark there was Vickery. He'll elect to go short. Lowers the eyes, look for Shipley. Didn't quite hit the intended target. 2 bites at it and a brilliant grab there by Phillips.
Good player at this level, Ed Phillips. Good win coming up for Box Hill. Mouth-watering matchup against Footscray to come in 7 days' time at Mission Whitten Oval. Just the one blemish on Box Hill's record, a loss up on the Gold Coast to the Suns, the reigning premier here in Smithy's VFL. Parker gets disposal number 33. Ends up with Kelly. Kick toward 50, but it was in the right position only for Philatides, who regains for Box Hill. Ethan Phillips takes mark number 10. It was a revelation for Port Melbourne as that intercept marking type of player now finds himself on an AFL list.
Yeah, brilliant story, that one. Just a great story for all VFL listed players or players playing in this competition. There's many different pathways to get on that AFL list.
It's a mid-season draft coming up, of course.
Latham snatches it out the ruck. And that'll be it. It's Box Hill getting the chocolates here today. They win by 27. They were down by as much as 26 and wrestled it back to win by 27.
Impressive stuff by Box Hill today. 2 goals for Chad Wingard, Cal Shadia, Jack O'Sullivan